The Mets are finally back at Citi Field on Friday after a road trip, and they're kicking off this homestand with a 3-game set against the Chicago Cubs. Both clubs, they're leading their respective divisions, so this should be a fun one. I have Mets content creator Tyler Ward in studio with me to talk all things Mets. Tyler, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. We got Mets baseball to be had today, so hopefully it's a good one.
Hopefully the weather holds up and we can get through the series. So we are slowly but surely starting to see the Juan Soto that we all were hoping for, that Mets fans were promised. Do you think his early struggles were just kind of a fluke in him getting used to a new club?
Yeah, I think fluke is a good word to put it, because Juan Soto hasn't been foreign to having a fairly slow start to the season. He's done this in years past, but just a lot more pronounced now when you do it, especially at a level with the New York Mets after inking a $765 million contract, right? So if you're not producing consistent runs, if you're going multiple weeks from your first home run to the next, naturally you're going to have a lot of not only fan outcry, but media outcry as well, because this is a big market more than anywhere else that you're going to see in Major League Baseball. But I think it's safe to say he's now starting to get acclimated after what was, a bit of an adjustment period. And naturally, as the year goes on, we're going to see him continue to blossom.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, every single at-bat, eyes are on him. And it's like, okay, how much money did he cost in this one? Things like that.
Yep.
But again, we know who this guy is as a baseball player. He's going to settle in. He's going to get it figured out. Another player who's been he's actually having a lot of success, is Luis Angel Acuna. So how would you grade his tenure so far, and what has he been contributing to this Mets team?
I would give him an easy A for a grade. I mean, the only problem that we have with Luis Angel Acuna right now is how much playing time is he going to get, because this is a guy that led all the National League in the first month, leading him to a National League Rookie of the Month award, which is fantastic, batting right around 300, over 700 OPS. And the Mets right now have, I want to say, right around 25 stolen bases. Acuna has 8+ of them. So he's almost half of the production just on the base pass alone. He's one of the fastest players in the game. He's so young, he's vibrant, and the team feeds off of him. That's the big thing. There are kids that get the call right away at the major league level, specifically in New York, that just don't know how to handle the pressure. And it's unfortunate when you see that happen. But as soon as Acuna first got the call last year that we saw for Francisco Lindor down with injury towards the end of the season, he was making hits right away. I was actually in attendance for his first career hit in Philadelphia. The Mets lost that game, but he looked good. And Acuna has been great so far this year, but then we've seen some stints where he isn't playing for back-to-back days. And usually you can understand why when you have veterans on the team and Jeff McNeil, among others, but when those active players aren't outperforming the kid, you got to play the kid, because he's just making a difference every time out there, whether it's offensively, whether it's on the base pass, or whether it's defensively, second base, third base, it doesn't matter. Acuna has been honestly one of the best bright spots to the Mets season thus far, outside of their top guys in Alonso, Lindor, Soto, etc.
All right, so big series coming up this weekend, the Cubs. What are you looking for in this one?
I'm looking for a really tight series. This is without question the biggest matchup the Mets have had so far. The Cubs right now ranked 22 wins so far in the year. The Mets have 24. They're neck and neck in the National League. And the Cubs are coming off of what was a really tough series loss against a very good Giants team. So they have some moxie. They have something heading into this matchup against the Mets in Flushing that they want to go out and show out. And the big storyline is Cit Crow-Armstrong, because he was traded by the Mets a couple years ago as a top outfield prospect, and now he is tied with Pete Alonso with 9 home runs so far this season. So there's big storylines going on, from PCA returning to Flushing, Queens now as the enemy. How is the Mets offense going to fare? How is Juan Soto going to fare? This is without question the biggest test for the Mets so far this year, so I'm really excited to see how they'll fare.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Can't wait to check out these games. So going back to those Petes, if you had to put money on it, which one would you say is going to hit a home run in Citi Field this
That's
weekend?
a great question. Naturally, I'm going to favor the homegrown talent and Pete Alonso, right? Alonso's been so good this season. I think what's really separated himself from everyone else in the National League is the fact that he's looked so collected and composed every time out there. Whether it's bases loaded, 2 outs, or there's no one on, and he's, say, leading off an inning or something, every time out there he's making a difference, and he's going gap to gap. The power's been tremendous, but it's really been the opposite field ability, where in previous years Alonso's really a pull hitter. So to see him actually spread, to go more for opposite field, the right side, more up the middle, and not chase down away on the slider, which is typically the big problem with a slugger like him, that's all led him to batting, 330 right now, over 1,000 OPS. And yeah, I love his odds of hitting a home run at minimum in this series.
Yeah, maybe we'll see multiple home runs for people.
That'd be awesome.
That, right?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Tyler, thank you so much for coming in into the studio, and enjoy the games this weekend.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.